an entirely new concept. It's called AWS Athena. Okay. First of all, let us understand what is the role of it and what service it is providing. Okay. AWS Athena is a service, okay, that helps you search and analyze your data stored in S3. So you are familiar with S3, right? We have discussed earlier. So whatever data you are storing in S3, that data is read by and passed by the Athena engine, so that you can analyze your data and manage your data without any manual work. And the main featured component is SQL. You guys know, right? SQL stands for structured query language. It's basically dealing with the database thing. So using SQL queries, you can fetch the whatever the data is stored in S3 without the important thing is without setting up any servers. Okay, when I say serverless, so you guys are familiar with this terminology, right? Serverless. Serverless is nothing but you guys are not involved any infrastructure cost. Okay, infrastructure cost to manage your to manage your resources. You do not require any infrastructure. In this case, you are using queries. Okay, so you are using SQL, right? Means you are using some queries and you will pay for them. Okay, you will pay for your queries only. Okay, we'll see a quick architecture diagram so that it will be more easier to us. So first thing what you will do, you will data is stored, right? Stored in S3. It could be like a CSV file or a JSON file, anything it could be. So the data is stored in S3. Next, the user will write. The user writes a query, SQL query. Means he want to read or update or he want to fetch some data in S3. Now what AWS Athena engine will do, it will parses the data using SQL. Okay, parses is nothing but reading the contents of it. Okay, now it will read the data from S3. Okay, so it will get the control over the data which is stored in S3. Now it will processes the data according to the query given by the user, processes and returns the results. Okay, returns the results. Okay, now it can store the results also. Means for the future purposes, it can store the result and generate a data catalog for you. Okay, we'll talk about a real life analogy so that it would be more easier to understand. So we'll take an example. Let's say you own a library. Okay, so library will consist of a huge books, right? Huge amount of books you are having. Now this is familiar to the S3. Okay, S3, you are storing data in S3, right? In same case, we are comparing with the amount of books stored in your library. Now a customer comes and he will ask for the books. I want all books which are written by APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Okay, so he will ask, a customer will come to your library and he will ask, I want all books which are which have the author as APJ Abdul Kalam sir in your library. So this is the query. Okay, we'll compare it with the SQL query, which is the user is giving. Now, so what you can do manually reading or manually searching for the books is very tough, right? It's very tough. Now, what you will do, you will go to a system which will contain all the data and it will fetches the book for you. I means it will give the count of Abdul Kalam's book in your library and you can give it to the customer. So, this is what Athena does for you. Okay, means it will basically it will take the control over S3 and it will using the support of SQL. It will set up in environment so that the user can easily read the data from the S3. Okay, and by using IAM permission, you can make it more secure also. It will be more clear if we'll start with the technical session. If you guys are having any doubt, please let me know.
Hi guys, hope everything is fine. Hope you understood the explanation. And before we move on to the practical part, once again I'll just give a basic intro about it. I'll switch my language. Imagine మీకు ఒక సర్వర్ ఉంది, అంటే సమ్ సెన్సార్ రిలేటెడ్ డేటా అనేది మీరు స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటున్నారు. సో మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు, కంటిన్యూస్గా ఉంటుంది కదా డేటా. ఆ డేటా అనేది మీ లోకల్ సిస్టంలో అయితే స్టోరేజ్ సరిపోదు, ఎందుకంటే వన్ డే అంటే సమ్ 10 to 15 GB. మీ కంప్యూటర్ స్టోరేజ్ ఎంత 512 GB ఉంటుంది. సో అంత స్టోరేజ్ సరిపోదు కాబట్టి మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు, డైరెక్ట్ ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్లో పుష్ చేద్దాం, ఎందుకంటే మనకి చాలా తక్కువ ఖర్చుతో అయిపోతుంది అని చెప్పి ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ S3 బకెట్లో మీ డేటా అనేది ఇస్తుంది. మీకు వచ్చే కంటిన్యూస్ డేటా అనేది ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ S3 బకెట్లో ఉంటుంది, లాగ్స్ ఫార్మాట్లో ఉంటుంది ఆ డేటా. సో మీకు ఆ డేటా నుంచి కొన్ని ఇన్సైట్స్ కావాలి, అంటే టెంపరేచర్ ఎప్పుడు పెరుగుతుంది, టెంపరేచర్ ఎప్పుడు నార్మల్గా ఉంది, లాంటివి కావాలి. మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు, సెర్చ్ కొట్టి అన్ని చూడలేరు కదా. సో మీకంటూ పర్సనలైజ్గా ఒకటి కావాలి. అందుకని చెప్పేసి ఇక్కడ మనం AWS అథెనా అని చెప్పి యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. AWS అథెనా ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా ఏం చేస్తుందంటే, మీ డేటా ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో మీకు కావాల్సిన ప్రాపర్టీ మాత్రమే, ఫర్ సపోజ్ టెంపరేచర్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 40 అని ఇస్తే ఆ 40 degrees కన్నా గ్రేటర్ అని టెంపరేచర్ లాగ్స్ మొత్తం ఇస్తుంది, అంటే ఏ పర్టికులర్ టైంలో టెంపరేచర్ 40 వరకు వెళ్తుంది. సో ఇక్కడ మీకు అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటంటే, మీరు డైరెక్ట్గా కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు, మీ లోకల్ సిస్టంలో కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు. బట్ మళ్ళీ 50-60 GB డేటాని ఎంత పవర్ఫుల్ క్వరీ ఇవ్వాలి అన్నా మీ సిస్టమ్ సపోర్ట్ చేయదు. సో దానికి AWS తెచ్చిన సొల్యూషనే AWS Athena. Hope you understood this. Let's quickly jump to the practical part. I'll log into my AWS console. Okay, now I logged into my AWS account. So here, first thing what we have discussed, we'll store our data in S3 buckets, right? Let's create an S3 bucket for that. I already tried the demo part, so don't worry about it. I'll just create another bucket and I'll name it as new S3 blogs 1405. You know, right? You should name it something unique. Okay, I can't just name it Karthik because there might be many buckets name with the name Karthik. So I'm naming it something unique so that it won't have any conflict. So I'll go with the default settings. I'll create a bucket. See, where is my bucket? No, not this, not this. Yes, this. What next? In this bucket, I'll create a folder. I have not shown you how to create a folder, right? Let's see here. You should click on create folder and you need to name it. I'll name it as logs because we are going to store logs, right? Logs means nothing but the continuous information. For suppose I clicked on this page, so this is a log. It will go to the console. I think AWS also use the console. Yeah, they'll definitely use logs. If there is a success page, it will return 200. If it is a failure, it returns. If there is any error, it returns 404. If it is an internal server error, it returns 500. There's such kind of HTTP codes. So for now, I'm keeping it as logs. I have a dummy file. I have a demo file. I'll just add it. So logs means, you know, the data. I'll upload these logs. I have it already ready. It's a dummy logs, but In real time, companies won't do this. They'll directly automate the process. Here, we'll upload this file. Yeah, the CSV file is uploaded. What next? So the next step will be to set up a database. So what database should we set up? Let's search for Athena. Okay, you can see here serverless interactive analytics service. I have previously told you, right? This service is mostly used by data analysts. I'll just let you know how they do that. Open link in new tab. Okay, to just differentiate them, opening this in a new tab. Here it shows you a console similar to SQL, right? Yeah, have already tried this. Let me enter it once again. So here I don't have any tables, I don't have any views. First of all, I don't have any database. So let me create a database for that. If you are aware with, but before doing that, let me do something else. So AWS Athena also sends us few logs. The logs are the content which we try to retrieve from the database. I mean retrieve from the logs. So all the retrieved results should be stored somewhere, right? Let's set up a path for that. So here I have a folder. Okay, logs is my folder. I'll create another folder. I'll name it as Athena logs. Okay, Athena logs. I'll save it. I have two. I'll choose Athena logs then. Okay, if you can see, oh no, actually that should be Athena logs. Yeah, so let me check again if it exists. Yeah, Athena logs exists. So I'm going to choose this part. Okay, I should also rename this. So it took my previous project configurations. Let me update it. Or it's quite simple. Actually, you can copy the URL also. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go with this. Yeah, you can click on this and you'll find this copy S3 URI. I'll copy this. So I'll paste this URI. I have it, right? It shows if I click on view, I'll again be taken to this S3 bucket. No need, I already know that. I click save. Perfect. So whatever it gives as output, it will be stored in this bucket. Let me see if this bucket has anything. For now it has nothing, but let's check again. Let's verify again. So I'll create a database. If you are aware, someone can help me to create a database. There's a simple command to create a database. If someone knows, they can give it a try. I'll create a database. Create database. I'll name it as web server logs, because you know, right, previously what we have seen, those are all logs of a web server. I'll run this command. Yes, query successful. Now let's use this database. Use web server logs. Okay, I can't use it. That's fine. I was habituated with SQL. So let's create a database. I mean, let's create a table. You know, right? Create table. I'll give the table name as access logs. Okay, what all do we have? If we check over here, where is it? Yes, if we check over here, you will find it. See, we have these all, right? IP address, request time, URL, status code. Let's write all of them. Okay. Sorry, my bad, I missed something. In SQL it used to be create table, but here you need to give external table. I'll name it as external, yeah, external table. and let me give all the values. Okay, it already gave me advanced one. Okay, I'll give IP address and it should be a string, right? I'll give it as string. Then I have request time, so I'll give it as timestamp. Then I have a URL which is a string. Okay, and at last I have status code. Status code, I'll give it as integer. Okay, I need to have an underscore. That's fine. But I still have something else. We will have something called row format. So what is a row format CERD? SCRD. So a row format CERD specifies the serialization, deserialization format used to read and write data. So I mean it's an external API which you can use. So it specifies that we are separating these all database values, these all CSV values using commas, and that will get inserted into the table. So it understands comma separated values and knows how to split rows and columns from the CSV. As I told, as you can see here, it identifies the rows and columns. I mean, it identifies the comma separated values. Actually, it is not showing us comma separated values here. If I open VS Code, you can see it. CSV means basically comma separated values, and Visual Studio Code is the best platform which shows it. See, all the values are separated by commas. So what at present function, what it does, it will identify and convert them into rows and columns. So what I'll do is, I'll give it as row format CERD. I'll give it org.apache.hadoop. Hi, don't worry, you'll get it online also. Open CSV CERD. Okay, we got it right. We got it right. Our next thing is location. Location. What does location mean? Let's see what location means. See, from where the data should be fetched, that is called location. Let's see, here we have the data, right? Let's copy this URI and I'll give this. Perfect. Then we have the final thing is, yes, table properties. Yes, I found it. Table properties, and I'll keep it as has encrypted data. It should be false. Okay, my querying is done. So what does this final command mean? I should also explain this, right? That will be my responsibility to explain you. This means that data in S3 is not encrypted. If it is encrypted, the value will be set true. Previously we have created it, right? Encrypted data, we haven't touched the option. It was default false, and we are specifying the same thing over here. And to summarize everything, we are creating a virtual table in Athena called access logs, and we are mapping the CSV files to our S3 bucket. Like from S3 bucket we are getting the files, then we are using OpenCSV CERD to read the data from CSV format. We have given the CSV file, right? To read the data we are using OpenCSV CERD. Then we are assuming, with this command we are assuming that the data is not encrypted, and we are allowing Athena to run SQL queries directly on the raw log data without moving it. I'll run this command. Okay, where is it? Okay, should I take it all capital? Okay, let me see it. I'll take it all capital to avoid any kind of create external table. Okay, hope it gets cleared. Yeah. Oh yeah, I found it. The error is not with the uppercase or lowercase. Perfect. Previously we had no table, and here if you can see we have a table called access logs. Perfect. We have a table with all our requirements. Now I'll remove all this and try to show you something interesting. Now if I ask you, if I ask someone how many are error codes, like uh, how many codes are 404 out of these all data, you can count and say, right, 1 2 3 4. But if it has like 1,000 lines, can you say? It's a manual process, right? So let's try to automate that. But before that, if we try to understand the concept called website traffic, what's a website traffic? Like how many people visited this website in a day? Let's try to see it. Okay. First, as we have discussed about logs here, so 404 and 500, these are the status codes which we don't expect to contain when we have developed an application. So this means internal server error, and this means page not found or service not found error. So these things we try to avoid these errors, right? But unfortunately we get them, we can't avoid. So at least we should have a preventive measure, like the response after the damage is done, right? Let's try to check. Select star from access logs where status code equal to 40. I'll run this. Oh my god, what happened? The long value. Okay. Should I give it in quotes? Check that. I'll modify this. Alter table access. Okay. Modify column. Let me try this command. This is an experiment. I'm not sure. I know it won't work. Let me see the proper command which can be done. Wait a minute, I'll check it. I'll replace all the columns. Alter table access logs. Then replace columns. It should be IP address. IP address is a string by default. Then we have, what is it, request time, right? Request time, it is also a string. Then URL is a string. Let's let's keep status code as big int. Okay, hope it should work. Run. Yeah, it's running. Okay. Okay, let's drop the database. This might happen for you too if you have done this. Okay, let's drop the table directly. Drop table access logs, all small, right? Access logs. Yes. Like, let's again go back to our basics. Where is it? Yes. Here, let's modify this into what we have taken previously. Yes, let's modify to big int. Big integer. Okay, that looks fine. I'll run this query. Okay, I missed a table here. What did I do? What did I do? What's the mistake? Everything is fine. Okay. I'll give if not exists. Create external table. Hey, what's the mistake? What's happening? Previously it ran would. Let me check it again. Oh my AI. Okay. Now I'll click on run. Perfect. Now I'll try to select all the logs. So not any time waste here. Select star from. Star means everything. Access logs where status code is equal to 404. Hmm. It's begin, right? So what's the error? Okay, I'll give it in quotes. Okay, this should at least run. If something doesn't run, let's try with this URL. I'll give URL instead, where URL equal to what all URLs do I have, just to show nothing much. Have URL as home. I'll give home. I'll run this. Hmm, why? Why is that? Didn't I link properly with my table? Or what happened? Okay, URL equal to slash home. Something crazy. Sorry for irritating you. It should work fine now. So you can also observe, right? You need to be careful while creating these things. Table, I'll name it as access logs, then IP address, string, request time, timestamp, okay, then URL is string, then status code is also a string. Let me give it string. Then row format third, I'll give org dot apache dot hadoop dot hive dot sed to dot open csv sed. Okay, what is my location? My location is my S3 bucket, right? So where is it? I'll copy this, paste the same thing here. Hope it works perfectly this time. Table properties has encrypted data equal to false. Only one SQL statement is load. What happened here? Everything is perfect. What happened? I'll give this if not exists. If not exists, okay, we'll see where the error is. Syntax errors. My bad. Why didn't I check it previously? Okay. Now I should get it. Whatever I expected, I should get it definitely. Select star from access logs. Just run this. Initially mixed up with this. Okay, I'll switch back to this Quicksight and show you quickly what's happening. I'll close this S3 bucket. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it from here only. I'll search Quicksight So open link in new tab. So you need to create an account here. Like if you are a new user, you can go and create an account. It's pretty straightforward process. If you have an AWS account, it can be created easily. And you can go here, datasets, and previously have attached this. I'll delete this. Okay, delete. Then I'll add new dataset. So this time I should add dataset from Athena. I'll enter a new name, Athena access logs something. I'll create data source. So I'll select web server logs. Shows no tables found. Hey, did I mess up anything? Let me check it. Hope I have everything ready. Athena logs. Do I have anything? I have something called unsaved. Okay, let me see this. Have a CSV file. If I download and open this, hope I can find anything. Okay, it shows everything is empty. I don't know what mistake I have done. So that's the reason logs are very much important. To check whatever the mistake you did, you can correct it. So can download and watch it. It shows 0 bytes, which means an empty file. Okay, I can view other logs from here. You can also download and view them. Yeah, this is an empty file. Nothing changed much. So same thing, an empty file, nothing much. Okay. Yeah. You can see here, if you find anything, you can just use it. See, it shows you something here. If you have anything, you can directly use it. But for now, I don't have anything here. Just I'll give my last try of connecting it. Now it's working fine. I'll again do it back. See, this is the change which I have done. Have changed it from date time to string, timestamp to string. Then I gave a command to check status code 400, and I can see here. Why are we doing this? Basically we are doing this to check what all pages shows status code 400. We'll go to those pages and check them again and get back to the user. Okay, hope this is fine. Now I'll try to load the data. This time I should definitely get it. I'll start it from scratch. Yeah, so this will be your user page. I mean, if you log in, this will be shown. Then you should click on datasets. You can add a new dataset from Athena. You can name it as Athena access logs, or I'll name it as something called task beta. Then I'll create a new data source. So I'll select it, web server logs. Okay, no, yeah, access logs, cloud media logs and access logs. Editor preview data. Okay, perfect. I'll click on add data. What's gone wrong again? Athena, I'll go back, do the same thing. task beta primary, then validate connection, create data source, then select cloud media logs, access logs, which is our database name, select, directly query your data, visualize. Okay, create, I'll choose this. I'll choose a bar graph. Where is it? Bar chart. Bar chart. Where are you? Yeah, I'll choose this. So I'll attach. Uh, I'll attach the URL here. On y-axis, I'll attach count. Or yeah, I'll attach status code. See, you can see it here. Status code 4, status code 4, 3, 3. This is not so proper. I'll go to this. I'll click this. Okay, we can switch as we want. We can check anything. On x-axis I have taken URL. On y-axis I have taken count of the status code. So it is showing 7. But if I don't take count, so if I can also change it. Remove. I'll add status code but not count. Like how can I remove it? Or I can also change it according to my wish. How I like to see. I can replace it by uh, request time. And I can see the status count. Like in this way we can get some analytics. So by default I'm getting a count. Don't worry, you'll also get a few other insights as well. You can choose this donut chart, anything. So if you try to connect it with Power BI, you will find a similar kind of interface, but not the same thing. It offers you more features as it is more widely used. It has more flexibility. You can also link it with the data lake. Here also you have very many options, but have shown a basic one for which we used Amazon Athena as our database and then link it to this one. But what what data analysts do is they directly automate this process. They'll write a script or they'll configure it within here. Whatever the data stream, it should get updated directly and give us the insights. So they'll create beautiful dashboards. Uh, yeah, they can select, they can switch between these all. See, now you can see our status code 400, how many times it came. So these all details can be shown here. I'm not so good at data analytics. If someone is good, they can really understand what's happening exactly. Okay. So this is not so proper. Like who is aware of uh, Power BI, they can try do experimenting this. So I just want to summarize what I have done, everything. I created S3 buckets, two S3 buckets, one to upload my logs and one to get logs from Athena. Then I configured this Athena. I created a table with similar column names. Then I just ran the query. I connected this to my S3 bucket. Previously you have seen, like, this is not much mandatory, but in the command which I have given my S3 URL. I gave the type, like, it should be able to read our CSV files, and then I have created a table. So it established a connection. Whatever the logs, it fetched all the logs, but whatever the important aspects, like uh, select only these things from logs. So I can also give a query. If I want to check traffic, I can give this select star from access logs where status code equal to 404. Okay, we have done this previously, but if you want to see traffic, you can also see that. I'll run another command for that. Select URL count, for which URL traffic is heavy. You can also watch through this as hits. As means alias name, it will be shown as hits, a column name as hits, and a column called URL. Then from access logs. So here a command called group by. Group by is used while when we use count. So count is an aggregate function, and whenever you use an aggregate function, you need to group based on something. So we are grouping based on the URL. So for what URL, how many times the count of uh, yeah, the number of traffic it is getting. So I also want to order it in a descending order. You can use order by order by hits DESC. So if I run this, I'll get to see, yeah, home. The URL for home is accessed 7 times, and the URL for news is accessed 4 times. The least used was about page or login page. So the most number of hits got is for home page. So you can view it based on this, or you can write a lambda function so that whenever these many hits are reached, I should get a mail, or whenever more number of 404 pages are reached, I should get a mail. So this is also a serverless one. You haven't installed anything, right, in your local system. You just configured everything and it is working fine without any intervention of server. But you will be charged based on number of queries you run. So basically it won't charge us much because the data is hardly 20 to 30 lines. Yeah, 25 lines if you can see. But there are data which has like 5 TB. So it will charge $5 for 5 TB. So that will be the charging. You don't need to worry. If you can, if you want to see how much your cost reached till now, can go here, see your monthly cost. So this was my monthly cost. I have already paid this bill because I have been using since a year. So tax is 0.10%, EC2 is this much, and VPC is this much. Nothing much I have used. I used everything within free trial limit. You can also use it. Okay, and hope today's class is bit messy. Yeah, I don't hope that, but hope it's clear up till what we have discussed. Hope you can also set up the same thing and check all the logs and also generate a report in a similar kind or in a better way. So you can also share this report. You can click on this publish. Yeah, if you can publish report, you can do that, and you can share with your friends. Share dashboard. So in AWS, it is configured that you can share only to your IAM users and no one others. So you can copy the link. I'll paste it in chat box. You can also view that. If someone can, they can try this out. Or I'll try to access from my browser. Yes, I'm getting it. Perfect. Few more seconds. Okay, it's asking me to sign in. That's fine. If you are a valid user or if your friends are users of Quicksight, they'll directly get access to this site. No worries. So hope everything is fine. We have dropped our table after completion of uh, our usage. But before everything, if you find any error here, like you don't have any permissions, like you might not find it here, but you might find some access denied permission, or you can't able to create a report, then what you'll do, you should directly go to IAM. Here in roles, you'll find a role called where is it?
You're not sharing your screen, right?
The roles, you'll find a role. Where is it? Yeah, Quicksight service role V0. I have already uploaded the policies. If you are new to it, you can also go to add permissions, attach policy, and you can attach these both policies. Amazon Athena full access, Amazon S3 read only access. It was very smooth process for me in the video because I just gave these two permissions before only. If you didn't give this, you can try giving this and retry the code again, so it will work perfectly. Retry this mini project and let me know in comments if you were able to do that. Okay, so glad to complete the class today. Hope you liked it. So thank you guys, thank you so much. That's for the day. Let's meet up tomorrow. Bye all.